Welcome, friends. November 11th, 2024, 11/11, and Veterans Day. Thank you to those who have served and those who have made sacrifices to defend the Constitution. Great to be here with you for the slow tempo Monday night Playalong Bluegrass Jam. I'm back. Last week I kind of wasn't sure if it would happen again this week, but it felt so good and it was so fun and seemed as if there was some good turnout and good positive engagement last week, so I was inspired to come on back. And now that we're in the fall and moving toward winter months, I'll do this as regularly as I can. How about that? As long as you all keep up with me, I'll be here for you as much as I can. I'm still here in Hamul at Mom's place at the house I grew up in, the old adobe hacienda in Hamul, California, about 20 miles directly east of downtown San Diego. On Friday night, I was inducted into the San Diego Music Hall of Fame. That was a real joyful night. And this was due to my, this was what's the word I'm looking for? Earned by my service in the Electric Waste Band. Almost 30 years ago, I was in this group from about 1997 until about 2002, or toward the end of 2002. I moved to Nashville in January 2003. So I was in the Electric Waste Band for close to 5 years. And I joined when I was 21. And I was playing it when this group has now played 35 years in town and consecutive Monday nights at Winston's. There was a few gaps in there, but for the most part, doing Monday nights at Winston's in Ocean Beach for the last 35 years. It was how I cut my teeth as a rock and roller and as a Deadhead. This is a Grateful Dead cover band, the Electric Waste Band. So it was very kind of them to include all former members. The late, great Bill Walton is a former member of the band as well. He played percussion. I knew Bill back in the days when I was in the Waste Band. He'd hire us to play parties at his house, and he was a regular fan of the band. He'd come in like a coach. He'd come in like, all right, guys, play loud and fast. I want to hear Bertha, I Need a Miracle, Good Lovin'. He was like a coach. And he liked the Bob Weir songs. Anyway, so it was a very special weekend being honored by the San Diego music community, and got to see my mentor, Fred Benedetti, who I studied with at Grossmont College, who got me on the classical path, which opened up the world of guitar mastery to me. And Fred Benedetti was there. He was already inducted into the Hall of Fame last year, but he was there to induct Peter Sprague, great San Diego jazz guitarist, and they performed together. And anyway, it was just a wonderful event. So it's Monday night, and I said, hey guys, you want me to come by and sit in? So I'm going to go to Winston's after this and sit in with the old Electric Waste Band. So it's going to be fun. All right, so I'm just killing time while I pull up the live streams and place Paul Bell. Hi, Paul. Well, shit. I thought you were part of that thread, Paul. I'm sorry. I would have advocated for you had I known. I just showed up. But yes, I'll do stealing for you. Paul Bell. He was my partner in crime back in those Electric Waste Band days, and he was the mission control. He was in charge of the set lists. And we had a great time playing together all those years. And Paul, I could recognize his playing anywhere. I was walking the streets in some other town one day, and I heard this piano. I'm like, that's got to be Paul. And I went into the club, and sure enough, he was there playing with a different Grateful Dead band. Anyhow, let's get on with the show. So this is the slow jam. This is the Monday Night Play-Along Bluegrass Jam, and we are going to start with Roll On, Buddy, Roll On. Most of you know the drill. If you're new to this, here's how it works. I just give you a quick run through of the song, of the chord changes. I kind of sing the melody for you, and then I'll play a sample kickoff. And a kickoff, what's that? It's just an introduction of the song, an instrumental introduction, right? Using whatever tricks and tools we have on our instrument. Traditionally, it's banjos, fiddles, mandolins who kick off songs. Guitar will kick off a song sometimes. It's a little less traditional outside of Stanley Brothers tradition. But I'm playing guitar, so I'm going to show you how I kick it off. And then I turn it over to you, and I count you in, and you kick off the song, and then we play back and forth. We sing verses and choruses. I usually take the first break, and then another verse chorus, and I give you the next break. So in a sense, I'm giving you ideas of how you can improvise or play a solo or a break on the song, right? So this is not intended to be a lesson. This is a jam. It's like you're showing up at my house and saying, let's jam. You don't know the song? Cool. I'll give you a quick run through. Let's give it a shot. So this is the way bluegrass music works, and that's half of the fun. Developing those skills and those tools to wing it if you don't know the song very well. But hopefully some of these songs you're working on, whether you know them or not. And let's get started. Roll On, Buddy, Roll On in the key of G. I'll pull up the click so you can hear how that goes. It goes like this, key of G, and I'm always going to use the number system because, well, most of the time I'll use the number system because some instruments are in different tunings or different capo positions. So this is a 1-4-5 in G. What's the 1? G. What's the 4? C. What's the 5? D or D7, the primary chords. And if you don't know that language, ask an instructor. Hit me up privately, and I'll explain it to you. Here we go. So Roll On, Buddy goes like this. 1 and 1 and a 1. 4 and 4 and a 1. 4 and 4 and 1 and a 1. 1 and 5 and a 1. And I might kick it off like this. Something like that. Okay, so now it's your turn. Kick us off on Roll On, Buddy. Sing along, practice your harmonies, practice your lead playing, practice your rhythm playing. This is your time. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Here's the first verse. got a good woman just the same. I've got a good woman just the same. Good woman just the same, said she ain't gonna change her name. I've got a good woman just the same. Chorus. Roll on, buddy, roll on. Roll on, buddy, roll on. You wouldn't roll so slow if you knew what I know. So roll on, buddy, roll on. Play. My home is down in Tennessee. Yes, my home is down in Tennessee. In sunny Tennessee, that's where I long to be. Yes, way down in sunny Tennessee. Roll on, buddy, roll on. Roll on, buddy, roll on. You wouldn't roll so slow if you knew what I know. So roll on, buddy, roll on. Okay. So the cues to end it are that's the cue to end it. A little drop of the neck. You'd see the foot kick if you could see my feet. And then if I was to tag the ending, I would do that. Okay, very fun. Cabin in Caroline. Cabin, a good old cabin song. So this is from Lester and Earl. Flat and Scruggs, right? If you're a bluegrasser, you call them Lester and Earl. Specifically titled Lester Flatt, Earl Scruggs, and the Foggy Mountain Boys, sponsored by Marthy White Flower, right? So this is a good old song that uses the words cabin in Caroline about 6 or 7 times throughout. And it goes like this. In G, 1 and a 1 and 4 and a 1. 1 and 1 and a 5. 1 and a 1 and 4 and a 1. 1 and a 5 and a 1. Then you go to the 4. 4 and 4 and 1. 1 and a 5. 1 and a 1, 4 and a 1. Cabin in the hills of Caroline. My kickoff would go. Something like that. Cool. All right, slow jam. This is slow tempo, right? Everything's slower than it usually goes. This is for entry level, or if you're learning a new instrument, or just wanting to take it slow. It's kind of a challenge for me. It's not easy for me to play songs slow, just like it's not easy to play them like blazing fast. I usually play them about where they go. But that's why we have the click track, all right? We're keeping each other honest, and you're going to kick us off on Cabin in Caroline in the key of G. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There's a cabin in the pines in the hills of Caroline, and a blue-eyed girl that's waiting there for me. I'll be coming back someday, and from her I'll never stray, in a cabin in the hills of Caroline. Or the cabin in the shadow of the pine, and a blue-eyed girl way down in Caroline. Someday she'll be my wife, and we'll live a happy life, in a cabin in the hills of Caroline. I'm gonna play it. Packing my grip for that long, long trip back to the hills of Caroline. I want to see that blue-eyed girl, she's the sweetest in the world, and a cabin in the hills of Caroline. Chorus. Oh, the cabin in the shadow of the pine, and a blue-eyed girl way down in Caroline. Someday she'll be my wife, and we'll live a happy life, in a cabin in the hills of Caroline. Play. Alright, here's the last verse. And when it's late at night, and the moon is shining bright, and the whippoorwill is calling from the hill, when I tell her of my love, true as the stars above, how I love her now, and I know I always will. Oh, the cabin in the shadow of the pine, and a blue-eyed girl way down in Caroline. Someday she'll be my wife, and we'll live a happy life, in a cabin in the hills of Caroline. Just a good, happy cabin song. I have to remind myself not to go too big on the vocals on the slow jam either, because it's hard to sing these songs with the notes ringing so much longer than they usually do. Okay, next we have John Hardy. How about we'll do a couple more, and then I'll check in with everybody on the chat. So make sure you throw down a comment, let us know how you're doing, what you're playing, where you are. I really enjoy how this community has sort of gotten to know one another through these events, and hopefully you'll find some players in your area or players you might run into at a festival and jam together someday. And this is going to be John Hardy, an instrumental version of John Hardy, which you know, again, I mentioned this last week, I like to include instrumentals that banjo players like. Because banjo players don't always like fiddle tunes in D, right? The way guitar players like them, or fiddle players, or mandolin players. So I try to at least get a couple instrumentals that are appropriate for traditional Scruggs-style banjo, and this is one of them. Good old John Hardy. And we'll play it like an instrumental. So we'll play it twice through every time. So here's how it goes. 4, sorry, let me try to sing the melody. Da, 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 4 and 4 and 1 and 1 and a 4 and 4 and 1. 4 and 4 and 1 and 1. 5, 5, 5 and a 5. 5, 5, 5 and a 1. And then we do that again. Every time you do it twice through. 4, 4, 1 and a 4, 4, 4, 1, 1, 1. Long 5. Okay, so I play it twice through. Since the instrumentals, it makes more sense if I kick them off. So I'll kick it off and play it twice through, then you play it twice through, then I'll play it twice through again, then you play it twice through again, and that's it. That'll be the end. Okay, so here we go. John Hardy in G. The first time through, I'm going to play a very simple melody strum version. So maybe guitarist, you can get some ideas of things you can do, and the rest of you will at least hear the melody, which is very straight. This is a song. It has words, so the melody is very simple. But we're playing it like an instrumental. Okay, here we go. John Hardy in G. I'm going to kick it off. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Fun. All right. When You Are Lonely in the key of D. This is a good old Bill Monroe song. And this one, again, uses very few words, but makes a very effective song. And it goes like this. I'm gonna get capoed. So, guitar players, I like to capo too and play this out of C position because it affords me some good cross-picking opportunities. D position is just fine. You just have to hold down more frets, where out of C position you got more open strings and kind of lends itself nicely to more cross-picking and melody strum arrangements than D position does. That's not true all the way across the board, but for this song it is true. So, okay. So key of D, this goes. 1 and a 1 and a 1. 1 and 1 and a 5. And a 1 and 1 and a 1. And 5 and a 5 and a 1. Chorus goes to the 4. 4 and 4 and a 1. 1 and 1 and a 5. And a 1 and 1 and a 1. And 5 and a 5 and a 1. My kickoff could go something like. Something like that. Yeah, we're just playing over the verse on this one. So go ahead and kick us off on When You Are Lonely, otherwise known as Someday Sweetheart, When You're Lonely, in the key of D. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm thinking of you, little darling, on the day that we first met. And those words, sweetheart, that you told me, I swore I would never forget. Oh, someday, sweetheart, when you're lonely, have no one to care for you, remember the heart you have broken and the one that has loved you so true. I got it. You told me that you always would love me, and no one would ever come between. But it seems to me that you've forgotten all those things you told to me. Oh, someday, sweetheart, when you're lonely, have no one to care for you, remember the I'll forget all those things that you told me and try to start my life anew. But remember the heart you have broken and the one that has loved you so true. Last chorus. Oh, someday, sweetheart, when you're lonely and you have no one to care for you, remember the heart you have broken and the one that has loved you so true. One of those good old attachment and, you know, slightly accusatory songs of lost love. But at least he says he'll forget about it and move on. So there you go. I hope that most of you out there tonight are not feeling lonely. Loneliness really sucks. And if you are, I hope you are working with a therapist and getting some support from your communities. And not just accusing or forgetting or, you know, going about it on your own. Okay, that's my 2 cents for you. Okay, I'm going to check in with everybody. How's everyone doing here in Facebook land? Hello, Terry Weather Godwin. Nice to see you. Hello, Jim McCarley. Terry's in Carolina. Jim McCarley in Hollister, California. Just got back from Vista. Very cool. San Diego County. Lee Stivers in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. ¿Cómo estás? Michelle Ruiz playing guitar in Edmonds, Washington. Very cool. Doug Butts in West Virginia. Good old West Virginia. I'll be back at Augusta Bluegrass Week this summer. It's not announced yet, but I'm telling you. I mean, I'm there every year, so that'll be in July, Augusta Bluegrass Week in Elkins, West Virginia. Teaching guitar, as usual. Okay. And Terry is playing the mandolin. I'm glad you're picking tonight, Terry. Colin Burns is up late in Yorkshire, England. Very cool. Okay, and over here on YouTube, Dicky Derry, hello, back on board. Very cool. Matt from Denver. Matt Lace, checking in and picking on the old Blue Ridge. Very cool. Thanks, Matt. And Paul Brian Bell, are you playing your piano? I don't know. Blake Addison, hello. Picking on the new Martin D18 in Lithia, Georgia. Very cool. A new Martin D18. All right. A new old one? I hope it's a good one. Dodger Martin, hey, haven't seen you in a while. The coolest name on YouTube. One of the coolest names. And Kyoko is watching from Japan. Very cool. Thank you for being here in real time. It's a different time there. I'm not sure what the time difference is in Japan, but thank you for being here. Uber Jam Sam is psyched to catch this live. Thank you. Sandy in Bakersfield checking in to find out more about your workshop and jam. Okay. California Bluegrass Association. I'm going to be part of the Great 48 event in Bakersfield, which is January 9th through 12th. I'm going to be presenting and doing a workshop. And it's a big old jamming festival in Bakersfield that Sandy has invited me to. So check out the California Bluegrass Association website. I just updated my website today, and Sandy, I forgot to put that on there. Guilty as charged. Okay, I'm going to update my website as well. So by tomorrow morning, that'll all be on my site as well. A link to all the specifics of the event. I'm kind of catching up. It's been a time of catch up after a busy summer and fall, and kind of being out, doing lots of things. These last couple of weeks I've been sort of grounding and getting ready for the rest of the year and actually kind of like feeling okay about being on my computer again and making plans and scheduling. So I will get the Great 48 on my website as soon as possible. Sasha in Mandolin on Oakland. Thanks for being here, Sasha. Carl Malley in Cedar Rapids, Iowa on the Martin guitar, the D28, very cool. Eric Poland checking in and sending appreciation from La Mesa, California, right down the road. All right, thank you, Eric. Uber Jam Sam is in Denver picking on a Larry B guitar. Gerald Henderson in Fort Payne, Alabama, picking on a D28. Very cool. Legend Lapidary Dave, yo. Hey, Lapidary Dave. And hello, Kim Harris in Nova Scotia. And Matt Malwitz playing a Yami Red Label. A Yami Red Label in Arroyo Seco. A Yami Red Label. Is that a mandolin? Is that a guitar? And Blake Addison is picking a 2024 Amber Burst. Okay, I get it. That's your D18. Awesome. All right. Great. Okay, let's get back to it. We have Cuckoo's Nest. This is just one I thought we could use a review on. I mean, which means I could use a review on it. I'm going to play this out of open D. This is a D tune that I prefer playing open. So I'll double check tuning here. Great to have you all here. Some other events. If you're in Colorado, I'm going to be at E-Town Hall this Friday, taking part in a big Jerry Garcia appreciation night. We're doing Dead Reckoning album, and there's an Olden in the Way set with a bunch of buddies. That's going to be really cool. The Thursday following, which is I think the 21st of October, I'll be playing with the Billy Failing Band in Denver at the Bluebird Theater. My next gig around here is January 3rd. I'm doing a big hometown show for the San Diego Folk Heritage Society at Templars Hall in Poway, January 3rd. And today I just posted a cool thing in collaboration with American Songcatcher, Restring Appalachia, trying to get instruments into the hands of those who lost them due to the Hurricane Helene. So that's a cool project. Check out on my Facebook page or the Instagram. And I need to put a link to that on my website as well. Good reminders. I'm reminding myself. Okay, and I'm talking to myself too. Anyhow, Restring Appalachia. It's a really cool project. AmericanSongcatcher.com/Restring Appalachia. I'm sure if you go to AmericanSongcatcher.com, you'll see the link. So donate instruments or money to help folks get instruments who lost them. Okay, so here we go. Cuckoo's Nest. In D, it goes like this. 1 and 1 and a 5 and 5, flat 7 and a 4. 1 and a 1 and a 4, 1 and a 5 and a 1. So in other words, it's D, A, C, G, D, G, D, A, D. The B part is just a D, the 1, and then the flat 7, C, back to 1, 4, 1. The turnaround is always the same. Okay, another B part, 1, 1, flat 7. 4, 1 and a 5 and a 1. Okay, so I'll kick us off and we'll go 2 times through. Me, you, and then you go ahead and tag it at the end, okay? Cuckoo's Nest in the key of D. Okay, cool. Now, just a reminder: if you missed some notes, or you didn't think you did that well, you can always come back to this. These will exist after the live stream, and you can just skip around as you like. Okay, I'll just stay around in the key of A. So I'll capo 2 here to play this from G position. This comes from Lester and Earl. The first version that I heard that many reference these days is the version from J.D. Crowe in the New South, young Tony Rice and Ricky Skaggs and all them. That's where I first learned it. But it's always good to check out the original versions of these songs, right? So, in the key of A, 1 and 1 and a 1, 1 and 1 and a 5, 1 and 1 and a 4, 1 and 5 and a 1. Chorus will go to the 4. Something like that. That would be a kickoff. Okay, go ahead and kick us off here on I'll Just Stay Around in the key of A. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Just told me that you're leaving on the next train coming down. I love you, dear, you think I'll follow. I just think I'll stay around. For someday I know you want me. When true love can't be found. All right. We're knocking them down. Very cool. So, a couple other things happening. I'm getting ready to release an album. It's probably going to be like late winter. But keep an eye out for announcements around that. I'm very excited. It'll be, bluegrass, flat picking related album. And also the River Wondergrass 2025 launches are going to be announced to the public on Wednesday. So check that out. You're going to see me up in there. And I really hope you join us on the river. I will be out there quite a bit this summer, and I'm also going to be at a bunch of festivals and gigs. So, I'm not going to be quite as full-time guiding as I have been the last few years. It's kind of been a slow taper down as I reset my music career, but I'm still going to be out there quite a bit and entertaining on some of these launches and also just guiding on some of the others. So check out the adrift.com/River Wondergrass website for those 2025 launches. And I'll be posting all of that on Wednesday when we make the announcement. Okay, in the sweet by and by, this is just a wonderful old hymn that I love singing. And, just a song of hope. Let's see. And remember, we have the mid-tempo jam coming up right after this at 1:45. So in 20 minutes or so, we will start the mid-tempo jam. And there's some cool songs on here. There's some requests we got in, and I'm really excited for the mid-tempo jam coming up. So make sure you stick around because you got to get yourself to these tempos, right? You can't just live in the slow jam forever. Key of E. 1 and a 4 and a 1. 1 and a 1 and a 5. And a 1 and a 4 and a 1. 1 and a 5 and a 1. In the sweet by and 5. And a 5 and 5 and a 1. And a 1 and a 4. And a 1 and a 5 and a 1. I'm feeling it in my voice that I'm a little dehydrated, so bear with me. I'm going to do more awkward gulping on the camera. All right. So my kickoff would go. Okay. We're just picking over that verse part. Okay, so kick us off here in the sweet by and by in the key of E. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There's a land that is fairer than day, and by faith we can see it afar, for the Father waits over the way to prepare us a dwelling place there. In the sweet by and by we shall meet on that beautiful shore. the songs of the blessed, and our spirit shall sorrow no more. Not a sigh for the blessings of rest, in the sweet by and by we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by we shall meet on that beautiful shore. Play. One more chorus. In the sweet by and by we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet by and by we shall meet on that beautiful shore. Just a good song. Okay, Please Come Back Little Pal in the key of B. After this, we'll have just a few minutes of a break before I'll start up the mid-tempo jam, and that'll be on a new video. So come back to the page you're on and just refresh it at quarter till. And I'm going to move this up to the upper end of the slow tempo range to get ourselves kind of ready for the mid-tempo. So just a few reminders. Well, again, I really appreciate the donations. Thank you for those of you who are pitching in. That is very helpful. And yeah, this Friday at E-Town Hall in Boulder, Jerry Garcia Acoustic Night. I'll be there picking and singing. Next week, November 21st, Thursday, with Billy Failing Band at the Bluebird Theater, Denver. January 3rd, back in San Diego, Poway Templars Hall. And January 9 through 12, the Great 48 in Bakersfield. Those are the next rounds of things happening. I'll be down at Winston's later tonight with the Electric Waste Band, which is live streaming. If you're up late, you can probably watch that on the Electric Waste Band website. I'll try to share it to my page too if I can do that once I get down there. Okay. This song in the key of B. 1 and 1 and 5. 5 and 5 and 1. 1 and 1 and 4. And 1 and 5 and a 1. Something like that. If you want to know more about this stuff on guitar, what do? You go to my Artist Works Flat Picking Academy. Okay, that's it for public service announcements. And for those people of service, Veterans Day, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Happy Veterans Day. Okay, here we go. Key of B. Please Come Back Little Pal. Kick us off. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh, please come back, little pal. For my heart has withered like the petals of a rose I saw dying today. I got it. We walked, we talked in the moonlight. We walked, we talked o'er the town. When you whispered to me you still loved me, and that you would always be my own. Oh, please come back, little pal. Please come and stay. For my heart has withered like the petals of a rose I saw dying today. Play. I'm lonesome tonight, little pal. I'm sad, I'm alone, and I'm blue. There's an empty aching in my heart, and no one can fill it but you. Last chorus. Ah, please come back, little pal. Please come and stay. For my heart has withered like the petals of a rose I saw dying today. Woo! Okay. Still getting my voice warmed up tonight, I guess. But I'm feeling pretty good, and got that high vocal out of the way. And I'll be back in about 10 minutes for the mid-tempo jam. I hope to see most of you there. Thank you so much for being here with me on the Slow Jam. See you soon.